I was listening to a live recording of a preacher, Amy Semple McPherson. She must have been preaching in the 1930s, and it was recorded, and I was listening to it. And she said in her childhood, which must have been like 1920 or something like that, her science teacher at school was teaching evolution. And as a young girl, it confused her, and she started to disbelieve in God. And the struggle or the tension in the Western world between creation and evolution has been around now for over 100 years. And so the question is, which one is true, creation or evolution? Hi, my name's Andrew. I've got some ancient secrets for you today, which are still working in the modern world. And this is Faith Boost. Well, the Bible says in Genesis chapter 1 that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And I just relate a story about Amy Semple McPherson, amazing female speaker, preacher, teacher, church planter, revivalist in America. She was an amazing speaker. But in the 1930s, she was talking about how she heard about evolution, and it really messed with her head as a young kid. And she went home and said, "Dad, how do you know there's a God? My science teacher said there's no God. My science teacher said there's evolution, not creation." And so this wrestle, as I said earlier, has been in the Western world now for at least 100 years, creation or evolution. And here's the deal, Christian. God did not in the Bible tell us how he made the world. Okay? The book of Genesis is not like a workshop manual or a book of explanations where God basically explains how he did it. It's a record. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And if we try and look at the book of Genesis with a scientific mind, you're going to be disappointed. People try and look at the science in there. Oh, is the 6 days literal? Is it metaphorical? Was it thousands of years ago or billions of years ago and all? And guess what? The answers are not there from a scientific perspective, but the answers are there by faith. We just have to accept it by faith. We just have to believe that God made the heavens and the earth. The Bible is a book to inspire faith and to create faith. It is not a scientific manual. The Hebrew language that the Old Testament was written in, it's not even a methodic, logical, flowing language. It's a beautiful language. It's a creative language. It uses a lot of creative words and verbs and nouns, and it's a great storytelling language. And the book of Genesis, I want you to hear me here, chapters 1, 2, and 3, it's a story. It's a story. It's not a scientific manual where God describes in detail how he did everything. And you know what? If I was God, I wouldn't do that either. Imagine making something, I don't know, like an AI robot that can do a few things, can talk and walk and, maybe wash some dishes or something. And that AI robot says to you, "I want you to describe to me exactly how you made me, or I'm not going to believe you made me anymore." You know what I'd say to that robot? "No. I made you. Just be happy, okay? Just chill. I don't have to explain myself to you because I made you." And I kind of feel that's God's heart as well, because everyone is demanding, "Well, God, you tell me exactly how you made the world and maybe I'll believe in you." And you know what God says? In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. So this is the tension between creation and evolution. Evolution, people will say that there's science to back up their theory, but I don't think there is, to be honest with you. I don't really see any science proving evolution. It's a theory, and people who want to believe it do believe it. But evolutionists will say to you, "Oh, well, you can't prove to me that God made the earth." Well, you know what? No, we can't. We actually can't prove it scientifically. But we also can't prove God scientifically either. The Bible says God is spirit, and those who worship God must worship him in spirit and in truth. I want to encourage you today, don't let your human mind block you from your walk with God. Don't let your human mind block you from the blessings of God, because we have to accept it by faith. And the first thing we have to accept by faith is that in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. I just believe it. Do I understand it? No. Will I ever understand it? Probably not on this earth. And you say, "Well, how can you believe something without understanding it?" Because I don't have 100% confidence in my brain. My brain gets it wrong. But in my heart, I know when things are real. And in my heart, I know that Jesus is real and that you and I can walk with him by faith according to his word today. So that's the creation versus evolution argument settled right there in my heart. I just believe that God made the heavens and the earth.